based on your conversations, which I'm assuming you're having with Congressman DeFazio, do you expect a bridge over the Columbia?
Well, I'm literally talking to Peter almost every day. My goal is to get him $1 trillion or more to be able to spend on the work that we're doing with him. There will, under this blueprint, there will be resources for projects of national significance. There is a set aside for that, billions of dollars for projects that local communities cannot do on their own. But that will require us to get our act together. One of the great frustrations of my career is helping get $200 million, $200 million for the Columbia Crossing activity. And we ended up with not much to show for it.
Well, they just basically burned the money.
Close. That's simply not acceptable. We ought to sift through the embers, look what's there that's usable. But Oregon and Washington, the business community, labor, environmentalists, local government need to have a really comprehensive vision and develop a consensus. If we're at open war, if we're not being able to meet community needs and to show that this is a feasible project that meets our low carbon efficient future, somebody will get in line ahead of us. But
well, I'm going to ask the third rail question, which is about rail. Should the new Columbia River Bridge have light rail on it?
If I have anything to say about it, it'll never be built unless it does. We've invested several $billions on a very good rail network. I've been talking about, and in fact working for, rail across the Columbia River for 30 years. I worked on those campaigns. We came close, but not quite. To have a major investment that does not tie in to this multi-billion-dollar regional system would be lunacy. It is not going to be approved without it. I will tell you, it's not just me. The federal government won't do that.
But as I recall,
and I don't think
lawmakers in Southwest Washington saw it as a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker unless it's there. I will just tell you, talk to Jay Inslee, talk to Kate Brown, talk to their transportation commissions. Talk to the Biden administration. They're not going to, in the lens that we are looking at infrastructure has two dimensions. One is equity, speaking to racial justice and developmental opportunities for the whole community, not leaving people behind. The second is a low carbon future. You cannot satisfy the demand for a low carbon future if it's just going to be simply automobiles, even if you're going to provide more bike and pedestrian access. It has to have rail, and I'm convinced it will. And I don't think there will be any hint from the Biden administration that they're interested in it otherwise. And I think that's where Jay and Kate are.
That answers my question.